Hey everybody, Sylvia's here. Alright, I am back on the actual servers, done with the test server. That ended a couple of days ago, I guess. On my server, Olympa, on the 25th of, what are we in, July? Right, July. On the 25th of July, which is 3 days from now. Guilds holding quest services for Inquisition, Wrath of the Emperor, Demon Helmet Quest. Come on. Demon Helmet Quest, Wrath of the Empire, Emperor. Darn it, Inquisition, hold on. Pits of Inferno, and in the service of the Alahar. So I would like to do most of those, but they all have a whole bunch of prerequisite quests. So I'll be doing them now. Currently, I'm over in Edron at the newly released Vampire Crypts that you may have seen me do in one of my videos. Apparently, Inquisition needs 20 Vampire Dusts. So I am here for Vampire Dust hunting. Unfortunately, my maps do not transfer over, which is kind of obnoxious. Also, unfortunately, I'm kind of still in a mode where I don't loot anything, which is probably not good. Yeah, let's work on that. Oh God, seriously. The test server just like spoiled me. Like, oh man, I gotta like pick things up now. What is this crap? I still don't want to waste my arrows killing ghouls though. All right. You know, I was all thinking like there's gonna be a swarm of vampires when I went down those stairs, but now, yeah, it would be cool if I had my maps. By the way, getting used to not going at the level 250 speed has been soul-crushing. Absolutely soul-crushing. It makes me want to cry. Also, there's been a notable decrease in damage from my spells, which is also kind of annoying. Anyway, so I'm here to get my Vampire Dusts. I already have 4 of them back in my depot, so I just need to pick up 16 more. Hopefully that'll work out okay. Hopefully I don't go all gung-ho and get overconfident and charge into something stupid. Which is a like legitimate concern that I have at this point. I am highly concerned that I'm going to just become an idiot and then die. Ugh. Demon skeletons are kind of not something I want to just let hit me. Also, fun fact, there we go. I don't care. Before I even came here, I spent an hour rebuying my blessings and, you know, buying and selling stuff on... Well, I spent way more than an hour buying and selling stuff on the market just so that I could get the money for my blessings. Because if anybody doesn't remember, the last thing I did was die like an idiot to a warlock in the... Now, which tomb was that I died in? It wasn't the tar pits. Well, it doesn't really matter. The important part is I died like an idiot inside of a tomb. And then hadn't played Sylvius in all that time. So here we are, back on Sylvius. So anyway, I'll be doing videos for all of the quest steps. Since this one's sort of a variable quest step, if you will, I'm only going to kind of do it until I, you know, fully go through the Vampire Crypts here. Once I kind of go through it and hit the end, I'll just be like, alright, no reason to make you guys sit here and suffer through me failing to get Vampire Dusts. But I figured it's a good chance to show this place on a hunt where I'm, you know, not able to just... really? I didn't mean to take a spirit potion there. Good to know. Alright, there should be vampires and bone beasts on this level, if I remember correctly. Hey, look at that, I remember correctly. And I don't think I'm going to kill... Oh, wow, I did kill him before he got to me. So, yeah. I figured this was a good opportunity to kind of showcase this place to see if it changed drastically between the update or the test server and actually going live. Right, I forgot there's also necromancers here. I've apparently forgotten quite a few things. Hopefully one of the things I didn't forget was how to play. Fun fact, when I logged on today, you know, I had to download the update. And the update was apparently only 4 files that needed to be patched. Which seems very small to me. Bone Beast. Ugh. I'm vastly overestimating how much damage my Divine Strike is doing, which is unfortunate. Do I have either of those hotkeyed to something? Well, I apparently have that hotkeyed to something for some reason. Ooh, off to a good start. 1 dust. Let's throw them up there so I can see them a little bit more. Also, I don't know if I've been eating, so let's get on that. Brought some life rings with me. Because when I was going through my mailbox, I discovered I had a whole bunch of them. Alright. This is like an awkward experience right now, because I vaguely remember this place, but I went through so many new spots during the test server that I kind of don't remember them all particularly well. And then, on top of that, I don't really know what the real threat is of this place. Because I was, you know, I was here when I had a solid 150 levels, more than I currently do. And on top of that, I was, you know, only using Great Spirit Potions. And, you know, using them rapidly, which kind of gave me a not exactly valid idea of what the real threat is of this place. Green mushroom, 40 gold, bony tail. Bad idea. Quite a bad idea. Also, I think I was carrying around a whole bunch of, like, fireball runes for, kind of situations where I let everything get in on me. And I'm currently not carrying all of those. Alright. Wonder if somebody died here. So that why that demon skeleton was half dead, or more than half dead. Ooh, nice hit. Unfortunately, I wanted to kill that with a strike, save my arrows. Now I need to be all conservative with my arrows again. You know, playing on the test server was fun and informative, and it let me do some things that I wouldn't have normally been able to do. But it's like a drug that I was addicted to. And now I'm suffering from, like, stupid withdrawal. Like, oh, I'm so slow. Oh, things can hurt me. I think I'm at full mana right now. Which is kind of annoying. Let's take my life ring off. Vampire. Do. Demon skeleton. I don't even know where he came from. I got a hardened bone. That's kind of cool. Alright. Still only down to 1 vampire dust. Huh. I wonder what is to the north of me here that I've been at before. Farmine? Really? Really? That's Farmine. That's Zao up there. That's the steamship right there. Ha ha ha! Look at that. Yeah, it's the steamship. That's the exit. That's, jeez, that's a bone beast. So, hold on, wait a second. If I go up... Did I go up too many times? What's that? Actually, good question. What is that? So Farmine is kind of pretty close to Edron. Suppose for anybody who's looked at like the official Tibia maps, this isn't news, but it's news to me. News to me. Got Bone Beast. I really got to get all these prereq quests done. I know how to speak most of the time. Highest priority, though, is Inquisition, because Master Archer's armor comes from Inquisition, and that's a pretty important one for me. Second highest, well, what should be highest priority is Wrath of the Emperor, but Wrath of the Emperor needs Children of the Revolution done as a prereq, and in addition to, you know, other things. And I don't think I can do Children of the Revolution solo. For one, I'm pretty sure there's a part that specifically is like, you need to have 2 people. So I'd have to meet up with somebody for that. But I'm pretty sure Children will be a little bit too risk my death for it, which is a shame. Because I really want the Elite Draken helmet, and that's the one that's going to cost me the most money. I haven't priced it in a while, but the last time I priced it, it was like 1.7 million. Oh, and on a side note, I checked prices of Tibia coins versus sorry. I saw the stairs and I was like, is this where I start getting into the dangerous vampires? But no. Anyway, what I was going to say is I priced the Tibia coins. My server is Olympa. And last I remember, a Tibia scroll. A premium scroll, which they don't exist anymore. Premium scrolls were on my server for about 1.7 million. Sell offers, I'm sorry, buy offers. Yeah, buy offers at around 1.7, give or take a little bit. And they had sell offers at around 1.9. Currently, Tibia coins, for an amount of coins to get yourself a month of premium, have buy offers at 2.3 million and sell offers at 2.5 million. So my initial assessment, where I was pretty confident that the value of the coins would increase, turned out to be spot on. And I'm all impressed with myself. To be honest, though, it was like, you know, it was just simple economics. The demand for the coins was going to increase because they were going to still be as good as scrolls for getting you premium. The supply wasn't really going to increase in any kind of notable way. Did I dust him? I don't remember. I did not dust him. Yeah, the supply wasn't going to increase, at least right away, in any kind of notable way. But the demand for the coins was definitely going to increase because people are going to want them for mounts and outfits, world transfers, name changes, and all that jazz. So yeah, simple economics. But, you know, I am glad that I read it correctly. Simple economics is all good and dandy, but if, you know, I'd been wrong. Although, like I said, I was almost 100% positive that there was no way I could be wrong. I would have bet real money on it. In fact, in a way, I did bet real money on it because I was going to buy myself a scroll so I could, you know, buy my Elite Draken helmet. And I didn't do that because I became positive that the coins were going to be more money. So if the coins had somehow decreased in price, gold-wise, I would have ended up actually kind of losing money in a way. Anyway, that's that. Incidentally, I'm kind of interested in seeing what my my EXP per hour is at this place when I get through it. I probably should have reset it, huh? When I came down. Let me reset it now. Reset the experience counter. Also, I'm going to level up soon. Go me! Vampire Teeth. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll, something will drop a Vampire Shield for me. Was that? Okay, that's not a hallway. I do remember when I first saw this place and kind of went through it, I thought it was a pretty solid spot because it's all, like, rooms with vampires in it connected by hallways. So you can kind of fight them, like, one at a time, and it's not exactly overwhelming. I don't know if knights would want to hunt here in the first place, but because they're not in the hallways and they're all kind of clustered in the rooms, I think knights would be able to do okay, too. Just kind of charge in, get them all on them, exori them down. At least to a certain extent. It's funny, because, like, you know, on the test server, yellow HP was, you know, I still had, like, 1,000. I definitely do not have 1,000 at this moment in time. Do. And I'm so slow. I did kind of sprint into that room a little bit too intently, I think. You know, it's a little annoying that only paladins have the cure curse and only knights have the, like, cure bleeding. I just have to deal with the fact that I'm going to be taking 15 points of damage forever. Now, I mean, to be fair, considering that they bleed me with a ranged, unblockable attack, I probably wouldn't waste mana on curing that in the first place. But still, it's kind of annoying. Alright, I guess we're going left. For some reason I thought I went right. I could be wrong. Well, I definitely am wrong. I just feel a little weird. Feels like it's not the way I thought it was supposed to be. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Tura Grant. Let me put my my life ring back on. Oh, yeah. Still have that issue where I forget that I've run out of arrows, though, and just keep running around and wondering why the things aren't dying. I really got to work on that crap. Huh, I don't know why he just stopped and stood there, but that was convenient. Good time to paralyze. Good time to paralyze. Backpack's filled. Alright, folks, you're going to have to excuse me for a second, because my throat's a little dry, and I got to walk over there to my Snapple. So, 1 sec! Because it's literally right over here, I'm not going to bother pausing. Sorry about that. But pausing has been opening up a crap storm of problems for me. And I do not want to accidentally not unpause again or do something stupid like that. And I've been doing that a few too many times lately. So yeah. You were forced to suffer through me being away from the keyboard for a solid 4 seconds. I apologize. Tooth file. I don't know if I've fluted that before. Vampire Bride. These guys aren't as horrifying as I originally thought they would be. Oh good, I got another Vampire Dust, and I had apparently gotten one before that, but didn't know about it. Now, the Emerald Bangle sells to Rashid for 800. The Velvet Tapestry is the thing I want to check. So I'm going to check that real quick. Yeah. Velvet Tapestry. Presumably it's not worth anything. Oh, wow, no, actually, okay. Sells in Venor for 800. Surprising. That is, surprising. You know, I didn't notice it a lot during the test server, but I noticed it many times while I was fighting Phyrexa, the werewolf boss lady. Very frequently I would be like on the screen and she could see me, but she wouldn't be targeting me for some reason. And I've noticed some of these vampires seem to be doing the same thing. Like, they can see me, but they're not moving towards me at first. And it's kind of weirding me out a little bit. I mean, I know it's either something that I'm, like, that isn't a real problem, and it's something that I'm, like, overreacting to. Or it's like a minor game glitch that'll probably get like patched at some point and isn't a real concern either. But still, it weirds me out for some reason. Ah, sick, another emerald bangle. Just got a whole bunch of money in a row. On a side note, on Olympa, these vampire dust sell for a decent amount of money. So if I didn't specifically need them for a quest, it would be kind of cool to be selling them. But, like I said, I do in fact specifically need them for a quest. But I think it would be pretty solidly profitable to hunt here. I forget exactly how many arrows I've used so far. Is it in my server log? Come on. Server log, server log, server log. It would have been before the skeletons. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, yeah, so I had 1,200 crystalline arrows at first. Good to know. So I've used... How much did I use? 236 so far. I'll do a, should have cleared out the... Well, I'll do a loot pick thing at the end so that we can kind of see what my my profit was. See how worthwhile this place is. That's the one thing I didn't do on the test server, although it wouldn't have been super relevant because, I was a lot faster than I would have been normally. Okay. I gotta be a little bit less of an idiot when I go charging in places like this. It's also funny, I'm used to using my salvation spell, Exura Gran San, as like my only healing spell, and that's not the situation right now. Using that as my only healing spell would probably be pretty wasteful. Alright, dust him. He's been dusted. Ugh. I'm trying to crack my ankle. It's stiff, and I can't get it to pop. But I can feel it about to pop. Munch, munch, munch. There's probably nothing else in here right now. Oh no, another vampire bread. Okay. Before I came here and killed everything, it probably would have been a good idea for me to pick up the Adventurers Guild Cartography 101 quest, so that I was actually doing the thing that needs to be done here. But, well, at the current rate that I'm getting dusts, I'll probably want to bail before I finish, so I'll be coming back here at some point anyway, so I can always do it then. It is good to know. One of the things that concerned me a little bit with a lot of my assessments for how good spots were to hunt and so on was I wasn't sure if my increased speed from being a level 250 was making me think things were a lot easier than they really were. And while I'm still sort of concerned about that, I seem to be doing okay. Mostly. You just had to go and die on the other version of you. What? Dust? What? What? Wouldn't let me dust it in the browse window thing? It's kind of a little bit annoying. Alright, nobody left in there. We got a regular vampire here. Alright, I'm really hoping on a vampire shield. It would make me super excited to get a vampire shield. Super excited. Super, super, super excited. You think it can happen, though? It's not going to happen. There's no way it's going to happen. It's an impossibility. And I'm also doing a pretty decent job of managing to keep them largely away from me in groups. Now that I'm a little bit more cautious and I think playing intelligently, this is a pretty solid spot. course, question still is whether or not vampires are worth hunting in the first place, outside of needing dusts. Oh, hey, he just respawned. Slightly annoying, because I just want to go back there and dust his wife. You know, I was talking to my aunt. This is just, like, minor funny side note. I was talking to my aunt specifically about vampires in this game. And I don't even know what I was talking about, and I'm sure she did not care at all about what I was talking about in the first place, but we were having the conversation, and I mentioned how, you know, originally there was just the regular vampires, and then after an update, they put these, like, the Viscounts and the brides. And she was like, why are they Viscounts and brides? Why aren't they, like, Viscounts and duchesses? Or why aren't they vampire husbands and brides? So I was like, dude, I don't know, I think you're overthinking this. She's like, you know, that's a very, like, sexist approach to things. So I was like, I don't know, I guess. Seems kind of silly to me. I mean, does it really matter for a mindless thing that I'm, you know, just gonna kill in huge quantities so that I can steal their stuff? But it apparently matters. Who knows? So that was my my minor side note. Another dust. 9 more to go. You know, the one kind of annoying thing is that the hallways are too tiny for me to use firewalls in the hallway. There we go. One down. I feel like that form of them, should have been a different monster. Not like, you know, like, that's like what, them using creature illusion? I think that should have been its own thing, like a vampire mutant, or, I don't know, a corrupted vampire, or something along those lines. Because it's a pretty cool looking, like, monster thing. And they did design for, you know, no real reason, an entirely different, type of monster. Alright. Dust. God, it's kind of respawning pretty quickly. Really? I just dealt 0 damage to him? Something is crawling deep within the Anchorman Scarab Caves. I have never heard of that event before, or that raid. I wonder if that's new from the test server? It's probably not, but you never know. I know something here dropped a platinum coin. I'm kind of wondering what that something is. Now, a big question is whether or not I'm going to go down these stairs, because I kind of remember these stairs being kind of scary when I went down them before. Regular vampire. Hopefully nobody respawned back here. I think I just got another dust. Doing good on the dusts. Regular vampires drop strong health potions? It's news to me. Hunting things that drop potions is kind of nice. Alright. I kind of want to make sure there's nothing all around me before I start jumping into the stairs that might kill me. Oh, come on. I hit, like, minor damage at the most annoying times possible. Also, it occurs to me that this is a vampire dining hall right here. And it also occurs to me that they all sit on stone slabs. Stone blocks, whatever. Just because, you know, they're undead, blood-sucking monsters doesn't mean that they don't, you know, get their butts sore. I sit on like a relatively cushioned desk chair, and I still find it uncomfortable after a long period of time. I see that there is a vampire. Whoops. I saw him moving down the stairs, so that, yeah, there he is. This guy looks like. So that means when I go down there, I'm going to have Viscount immediately on top of me, which is not great. Alright. I'm not going to bother with the snakes. Because, you know, they're not really worth my arrows. Well, after we kill this dude, and run the risk of getting blocked by snakes, that would be kind of funny. Alright. Pot. I don't really understand what's the deal with those snakes. I thought that during the actual test server, and I still think that. Alright, let's see what my situation is down here. Alright. Looks not safe. Yeah, it looks not safe. Respawning on top of me. I think it probably would have been safer when I went down there if I had just started running for it. Because for the most part, they're all melee creatures. But instead, I kind of just lured them all straight to the staircase, and then put a firewall down so they're even harder for them to get away. But I was afraid... They do hit kind of hard at range, at least the brides do, and they all paralyze, so I was a little concerned. Oh, Jesus God. I hit the wrong hotkey, in case anybody was wondering what just happened. It was kind of awesome, I have to say. It was kind of awesome. That's also sort of annoying. Yeah, I went to hit my firewall hotkey, and instead I pushed my... Something I don't even know what that hotkey is. Ah, my Great Spirit Potion hotkey. Good to know. Now I just wasted another one. Oh boy. Respawn's pretty quick at this place. Which may or may not be good, depending. Alright, let's try this again. Oh god. Okay. Well, I think I got the firewalls all done, at least. Still, that was a little scary. Hey, my first Black Pearl of the day. And there's another one respawning right here, which is kind of annoying. At least it's just a regular vampire. Also, annoying that it's gonna run. Ooh, we got a katana! Alright. We're gonna go back down there. Stupidly, because, you know, it doesn't really serve me any purpose to be going down there, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, now that I kind of got them off of me, it's not that bad. No, it's still kind of bad, actually. Let's heal up a little bit up here. I'm way not sure what my, like, actual power level is at this point in time. Although that was incredibly stupid, and not what I meant to do. Oh, also not what I meant to do. Well, I'm sucking up a storm. This is sort of embarrassing. You'll have to give me a second. I am happy to be back on, They made the test server, like, PvP for a while. So I was, taking damage for walking through my own walls all the time. And I found that to be incredibly annoying. I'm actually really happy about the fact that my character on the PvP worlds... Level up. Print screen. Yeah, I was gonna say, my character on the PvP worlds is my knight, who doesn't really do a whole bunch of, like, wall hopping. I'm happy to say about that fact. Well, okay, so, I mean... Mostly my chances of dying here came from the fact that I was an idiot, I think. We can safely say. And that if I hadn't been an idiot, I probably would have been a lot safer here. Because really, I mean, like, all the parts where it got really testy were me not healing correctly and things like that. There we go. I knew something dropped platinum coins. Almost halfway through the dusts. Which is good. Oh, another platinum coin. Go me. Blood preservation kit and a katana. Shame, I don't think katanas are worth anything. I feel like this is a particularly bad spot for me to alt-tab out of the game and check the price of katanas, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, walk through the fire. I'm cool with that. Walk through it, man. Walk through it. Ugh, made me bleed again. At least I'm pretty sure that attack is bleed. Yeah, that attack is bleed. That burst of bats. Alright, dust him. Apparently I'm up to 8 now. That is halfway. Which is great. Grand, even. Fantastic. Wonderful. I'm out of adjectives. How am I on arrows? Good. I'm perfectly fine on arrows. You know what? Let me take a look at something real quick. Control K. Which one of these is use arrow? Alright, F12. So what's this one? Select the object, dust. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's a full room of vampires of various forms that all respawn at once. Well, okay, so basically what I've learned is when I come back here in the future, I do not want to go down here. Not at all. Awesome. We'll just use the regular vampire for blocking. Which may not be a great idea. Oh, Jesus, come on, give me a break. Kind of a lot of things here. I think I brought, yeah, I did bring another life ring. Let's use that. And I know I killed this dude over here. Dust him. That's filled. Did I pick up all the loot from this one? I did, apparently. Okay. Crap. I don't know how much the, how hard the bride hits in melee. Kinda don't have an option, though. And down the stairs we go. Yo, this is fantastic, by the way. Like, absolutely fantastic. I went from, like, pretty profitable to pretty wasteful. And there's really no reason to go down those stairs. Because this place has enough vampires, I didn't really need more vampires on me. And he just casually went right through the fire. Hey, I'm all super low on mana now. Yeah, I mean, that was some quick respawn right there. And still no Vampire Shield. Not that I was really expecting one, but it's hard not to get your hopes up for these kind of things, you know? Like, sure, I know I'm not gonna get the Vamp Shield, but what if I do? I know it's not gonna happen, but maybe. Maybe I'll get lucky. Just a snake. And I'm bleeding in. And that stupid idiot's running. He's not getting away. I wasted arrows on him. He's gotta die. So Empire Teeth. Is anybody up here? Okay, answer that question. So nice to fight things that won't walk across fire. I suppose it would also be kind of nice to fight things that won't walk across poison fields, but I'm pretty sure those things don't exist. Apparently, Leah, you know, I don't know if you probably heard, but, you know, originally there was supposed to be, they were doing that thing where they were gonna, like, nerf store-bought runes and try to kind of bring back the idea of, like, mana sitting and, you know, rune making. And I'm not sure, somebody, like, that was a proposed thing. Somebody was like, hey, you guys should do this, it would improve the game, and they decided to go with it. I have no idea why they thought that was a good idea, or why anybody suggested that. I mean, there's a certain sense of, like, bouncing and stuff like that, which, you know, may be a valid point, but, I don't know. That's not the correct way to try to balance the vocations. That had too many far-reaching and hard-to-tell potential consequences. And it was pointless. I don't understand, why would you think it was a good idea to make the game more boring? I mean, I understand some people, you know, can only hop on for maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day and want to just, like, you know, talk to their friends and have fun in that sense. Which is cool, don't get me wrong. But you can already mana sit and make runes. You don't need to somehow nerf other people's game process so that you can feel better about yourself from the fact that you enjoy just standing around in the game. And I mean, I could sort of see giving a boost to player-made runes, but why a nerf to store-bought ones? Keep the store-bought ones the way they are. That way, you know, nobody else who's at least not making runes themselves will notice a problem. And then let the people who are making runes have their little benefit. It seemed just like a silly and a stupid decision. So ultimately, though, they decided not to go with it, which I believe was the correct decision. And I'm happy to say they ended up canceling that idea. They did say, though, they're going to try to, like, revisit or something and see if they can come up with a way to make it work. And I suppose, like, it's not inherently a bad idea. I mean, the way it seems to make the most sense to me would be to make the damage of the rune partially based off of the magic level of the person who made the rune. That seems like the best option. Have store-bought ones be like a default value of maybe, I don't know, 35 or something like that. And then make player-made ones, you know, obviously better in that sense. Because that's actually something that's, like, exciting and even kind of even more so inspires mana setting. Because, I knew there was something there. You know, because then you're also getting tangible benefits from your magic level. And to make it not entirely ridiculous, they could also sell, like, different levels of runes in the stores. You know, the NPC could sell runes made by magic level 20, runes made by magic level 30, and runes made by magic level 40 at varying prices. I think that's a good idea, actually. I'm actually considering going to the proposal board and actually proposing that. Oh, got quite a few of them on me here. Zeragran. Yes, of course, things respawn here. Things respawn here a little bit too often, I think. Also, really annoying that that vampire decided to take that one step and get in my way there. I don't know if you saw that. I was like, alright, I'm going to juke through here, and then he just immediately went into the spot where I wouldn't be able to get past him at. Alright, kill the vampire. I'm not doing a terribly good job killing the vampires, I have to say. I think I should probably be a little bit more willing to use my firewalls, and I'm not doing that for some reason. Got him dead. And there's a bride up here. There she is. Reload my arrows. Eat some shrooms. Shroomy goodness. Oh, looked like I lagged a bit there. You know, I'm kind of scared since I think people were talking about kicks earlier before I started this video. And getting kicked would be pretty bad. You know, on the test server, there was a little bit of lag, but not a lot, and I never got kicked. Not once on the test server. I don't know what to make of that. Alright, and I think this one? Yep, that one. And I killed plenty of them down here. Apparently I already looted most of them, though. Alright, anybody else down here? Nope, alright. So we got that last room here, which I believe teleports me out. I have not gotten any additional, whatchamacallits. Oh, come on. Seriously? Respawn is really kind of annoying in this place. Well, I'm glad I came back up here to realize I didn't dust that one. Vampire teeth. Yeah, I haven't been having a lot of luck with the dusting lately. It's been a while since I got the last one. Can't tell if that's lag or not. Really? 2 of them? Oh, Jesus. I am a little bit laggy, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit, because I'm kind of just stuck in this room, it seems like. How did the bride get behind me? Or get so far behind me, like that? Oh, look! Another one respawned. There we go, he's dead. Not just the regular vampire. Okay. Now hopefully I can just dust all these things in peace. This place isn't exactly scary, per se. Because, like, these things aren't really hitting me. I don't know. It's scary enough, though. And it's definitely scary enough that I don't want there to be lag while I'm here. That's for sure. And I'm having very poor luck with my, my dusting still. Oh, look. He's respawning. Respawn, again, is crazy fast in this place. Alright, dust. No luck on dusts. Alright, and that is the teleporter that takes you out. So what I'm going to do is, once I kill her, I'm going to pause my little recording here and do the loot pick. So give me 1 sec. Maybe I should go back. Nah, I'll stay here. I think it'll be fine. Alright, so there's my loot pick. You can see, you know, what we got, all the stuff from up there. Small rubies, Book of Necromantic Rituals. I thought I got more than one of those, but I guess I was wrong. Skeletal hands, black pearls, green mushrooms, bony tail, blood preservations, vampire cape chains, vampire teeth, platinum coins. Got fit. Oh, okay. It you know, rounds the whatchamacallit up. Tooth files, strong health potions. Tooth files were not worth nearly as much as I thought they were. That's a shame. And then I gave the vampire dusts a price of 4K, because I think that's about how much they are on the server. So 8 of them, 32K. Assuming I did my math correctly. And then everything else I think is pretty much accurate. So I made that much EXP, that much profit. My EXP gain per whatever was... Yeah, I mean, it's gone down a little bit since I've been standing still for a little while. But I think right when I checked it, right after I paused, it was approximately like 180,000 an hour. So I don't really know how well that is compared to levels, but, you know, that's what it is. Also, just on a side note, every time I did anything out of the game for more than 3 seconds, I came back. And 3 times I came back, and there were vampire brides on me. Once I caught one where she was over here, once I caught one where she was on me, but she hadn't hit me yet, and then once I caught the other one where I was in yellow HP. So anyway, folks, that was this little hunt, and by the way, I was using my boost EXP time, if that's worth mentioning. This is my little hunt here. I still gotta spend probably an equal amount of time so I can get 8 more of those dusts. But I'm kind of running low on arrows, so I'm probably gonna have to head back soon. Anyway, I'll do more of this, like, prep for the Inquisition quest stuff later on. For now, though, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and check me out on Patreon, and I'll see you guys later.